Jason, welcome. So great to have you here today. So could you tell us, what's your background? What have you been doing with your
Hi, Laura. Well, first of all, thanks very much for inviting me on. Awesome to be here, and an absolute honor to get to talk to the great Gloria McDonald.
Thank you.
My background, I'm an IT guy. I'm a geek. I've worked in IT for, crikey, I don't know, 25 years probably, with at least 2 decades of that having my own IT consultancy, doing kind of project and program management on a large scale, mainly in the infrastructure realms for the finance sector, for the private sector, for the public sector. You name a sector, I've probably done project and program management in it, with the exception of probably utilities. So I'm kind of used to delivering large scale projects and programs, running various teams of different sizes, of different disciplines from all over the world, whether it's developers or network or security or whatever's needed. Doing everything from upgrading desktop rollouts in a bank for 20,000 users, to implementing a new nationwide software system for safety cameras, or all manner of things. Manner of things.
So how on earth did you get involved in CashFX?
That's an interesting story. So I got involved because of a relationship I have with a particular individual, a guy called Declan Dowling. Me and Declan have known each other for, I don't know, maybe 5 years or so now, maybe even a little bit longer. We were involved in a previous project in the network marketing space, which was a product-based project. And earlier on last year, now that we're in 2021, crikey, he approached me with this new project he was working on and very excited about, and I basically dismissed him. Wasn't interested.
Yep.
Didn't have the time, didn't have the inclination, far too busy to give him any time. But he was as persistent as a badger. And over the next kind of 3 or 4 weeks, it got to a point where I was like, I'm going to have to take a look at this just to shut Declan up. And we had that kind of relationship where he can give me stick for not looking at something, and I can give him stick because I don't have time to look at it. And there's never any harm done to the actual friendship that we have.
Right.
So I eventually got round to taking a look, as it were.
And so what was it that, after saying, no, I'm too busy, don't have time, not interested, blah, 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 what was it that finally grabbed your attention?
Well, first of all, even though I took a look at it, and even though I actually bought an entry point, I still wasn't interested in doing anything with it, because I'd literally got involved, used Declan's referral link, paid the minimum entry point, and just to get him off my back for a while.
And when was that?
So that first conversation and buying that very first minimum entry point with no intention of doing anything with it was probably early August.
So August of 2020, early August of 2020. Okay.
Yeah. And I did nothing with it, didn't look at it, didn't really analyze anything until probably at least a week later. And then I had some time. So I sat down and I looked at the reward plan. And with my history in network marketing, let's be honest, right? And I'm sure any of your viewers that are watching this now who are experienced in network marketing and the MLM models, people buy into the hype of a product. Yes. People buy into, I know loads of people that would use that. I can get people to those kind of events, whatever. And they think they're going to make a shed ton of money. In reality, what they're not really understanding is the volume of actual effort that they need to put in order to see those results. Okay?
Absolutely. Totally agree with you. Bless you.
Excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
That's me being allergic to product-based opportunities now. Um, just kidding, just kidding. So a lot of people get sucked into the hype. They think they're going to do really well, but reality, they don't appreciate the effort that they'd have to exert to get those results. And more often than not, it ends in them spending money month after month on an auto ship that perhaps they don't need, or purchasing product to maintain a rank because they need the volume, or even worse, not making their original capital back,
Yes.
not going anywhere with the business, losing money, and basically giving up on their dreams.
Yes.
And it's a very, very common story for the masses.
Well, yes, you and I have seen it happen over and over again, right?
Many
Unfortunately.
times. Many times. And it's sad. It's
Yeah.
very sad. So when I started to look at the reward plan, I had one absolutely non-negotiable mandatory requirement. And that was, could somebody get involved with CashFX on the very lowest entry point possible, never share the opportunity with a single person ever? Could that person still make money? That was my mandatory requirement. The answer to that question had to be yes. And it is. You don't have to refer a single soul. You can come in at the minimum entry point and you will absolutely make money every single week. And you will, if you choose to, progress all the way to the very top entry point without putting any further capital in of your own. And that is a wonderful thing. And that really started to get my juices boiling about the CashFX project.
Okay, fantastic. So how many people have you helped in CashFX so far? So we're talking about, so when did you actually start actively building? Let me ask you that.
Okay, so I launched my business on the 7th of September. So Declan got me involved, and I then went away, had a look at the reward plan, and I understood the worst case scenario. Lowest entry point, they'll still make money if they don't refer. Then I spent a bit of time working out a strategy for somebody that isn't afraid to network, that isn't afraid to bring people to the table, to show somebody how you can build. And with some of my, what I would call my leaders, my generals, my dear friends who understand this kind of model as well, we put together a strategy on how to really maximize somebody's earnings from the reward plan in a perfectly acceptable manner.
Right.
And then I went to work. I created a launch strategy. Over the next kind of like couple of weeks, I did 2 launch calls for my leaders. And then I launched a team on the 7th of September. So I had a couple of weeks of just getting people in a position that were going to run with me. And then we launched together and did a mass call. And yeah, so 7th of September is when we really started running in earnest.
So that's a little under 6 months ago, right? A little under 6 months ago.
So I think I'm now on like week 21, maybe something like that, since actually making a decision to go.
Right.
So yeah, 21 weeks. Right now I have roughly, give or take 10 or 20 people, round about 2,500 people in the team.
That is incredible. That's fantastic. Yeah.
The team growth is like nothing I've ever witnessed, to grow from nothing, a couple of pre-launch calls, to go 2,500 people in 20 weeks. Right now, as of the last kind of week, my average intake of a new person joining the team, becoming a member, purchasing an entry point, is roughly 36 to 40 new members a day.
Okay. And
yeah, that's what I think every time I get up in the morning.
Exactly. Okay. Right. And CashFX has been around for about 19 months now. Is that correct? 19, 20 months. And how many people do you know? I didn't, prep you for this. How many people have you personally recruited? Do you know approximately?
Yeah, 36.
Okay. So 36 has turned into 2,500.
Correct. In 20 weeks. Yeah.
That is nothing short of astounding, frankly. Right.
Yeah. I'm with you. It's astounding.
I mean, I've been in network marketing for over 40 years. I think I'm on 42 years now. And sure, we all hear of stories where you've got someone who had a massive team of,
Yeah.
100,000, 150,000, 200,000 people, and they switch companies and they bring a huge team with them.
Even if 10 or 20% of those people come along, they've got a huge team.
That's right. But you're saying you have personally only recruited 36 people.
Correct.
And from that, you now have a team of around 2,500 people in 21
Correct.
weeks.
Yeah.
And so this is a personal question. Are you okay if I ask how much money you have personally put into CashFX?
Yeah, sure. So in the strategy that I created, it required multiple positions to be purchased, which is perfectly within the reward plan and how it works. So the total that I put in, apart from that original 300, that got topped up, was $8,000.
Okay.
So yeah, $8,000 of my own capital was the total that I put in, ready for launch.
Okay, so we're not talking about $50,000, $100,000, or anything like that.
No,
and
8,000.
And approximately in that 21 weeks, how much has that 8,000 turned into?
So those across those three spots, 8,000. I have a note of it here because I knew we'd probably go down this route. As of today, they're worth about 110,000. Based on the withdrawals that I'm waiting to land today, tomorrow, they will be going to a combined value between the three spots of $150,000.
From $8,000 to $150,000.
Yeah, in pack value. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. In 21 weeks.
21
okay.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty okay to me.
Yeah.
I mean, call me crazy,
I've
right?
earned more than that. Because there are additional earnings that I have been paid in rank bonuses, for instance, and capital above and beyond what I needed to upgrade the packs at the time. So if you want to talk actual earnings in total, then we're probably looking at closer to $160,000, $170,000. But obviously a large chunk of that has been destined on putting back into the project to upgrade, so that I can complete my journey to having three positions all at $100,000 trading packs. Yeah.
Okay, so now I know some people think, oh, but the Forex, Forex trading is pretty dicey. I mean, I personally did something previously in another lifetime around Forex trading, and I tried to learn how to do Forex trading, and
hard as hell, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, holy smokes. Fortunately, I didn't invest a lot of money, because if I had, it would have been all down the drain, every dime of it. And you and I are relatively intelligent people, right? I mean, I like to think I am, but
I'll take that compliment all day long.
Yeah. But, it was hard. So when I first heard about this, my instant thing was like, oh gosh, I've been down that Forex road. It's hard. It sounds great. And I know for a fact that it's the largest market in the world for trading. And I know for a fact that there are a lot of people making a lot of money, but it sure as heck wasn't me, right?
There actually isn't. There actually isn't a lot of people. They reckon on average between 85 and 87% of people that trade Forex themselves lose money.
Okay. So but there are pros out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, but I think it's definitely a case of there are far less people than people think that are really making money consistently and continuously. The percentage is actually really quite small.
So one of the many beauties of CashFX is that you don't have to know a thing about Forex trading, correct?
Not a thing. Candlesticks for me will remain things that I like when having a nice bath.
Right. Right. Whatever. So the beauty is you can start with as little as $300, and you can have pros trade that $300 pack, and you will make money. Well, no guarantees, but every day, am I correct that every day since the company launched, members have made money in the trading pool?
So just to be really clear, they don't trade the full value of the the entry point
300.
pack, the training and
Right.
academy pack, because there's a percentage of that is used to fund the education, and that's what forms the networking side of the reward plan.
Yes.
Nobody else makes any returns on your trading returns, because that simply wouldn't be legal. So there is a 70% of your capital that you put in is traded on your behalf, Monday to Friday, 24 hours a day, and the returns are issued on a daily basis and moved into your balance that you can withdraw every single Saturday. And
And
that's
you've
happened
done
every single Saturday since the company started.
and you've done some research, if I understand correctly, and you've gone back and looked, and every single day since the company started, they have had returns to their members in the trading pool, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Every single day, even on the days where the markets are closed, there's been a 0.0001% commission paid, which is like, I don't know, 1,000th% or whatever it is, just to make sure that there's always been a positive balance and not a 0% balance. And I've witnessed that myself over this last holiday season when the markets are closed. And I think a lot of that is just testament to how well the CFX's risk management strategies are employed when they're asking the broker to make the trades. Because obviously we have to remember that CFX themselves, they're not a trader, they're not licensed or regulated, they don't make the trades.
Right.
The regulated, licensed broker is the company making the trades with the trading pool. Yeah.
So there are two ways in which you can earn in CashFX. One is the trading pool, where you actually have money that the professionals are trading on the Forex market. And then, of course, there's the rewards plan for sharing this network marketing opportunity, which you can take advantage of if you choose to, but you don't ever have to take advantage of.
Absolutely.
Right?
Nothing mandatory about it at all.
Exactly. So I've actually never thought about this, but is there a way you can lose money?
Nope.
There's
no guarantees in life.
Right.
The company make one single commitment that they will return 200% of the capital that you enter at. So the value of that training and academy pack, they will return 200% of that value. What they can't do is make any kind of commitment on what a daily percentage return would be, because nobody can. What they can't do is tell you how long that time frame may be, because nobody can. But you can look back at the history and the daily percentages that have been received, and you can have some educated forecasting ideas of how long it will take for you to be able to upgrade to the next pack should you choose, or just to take the return in your capital and walk away from the project. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what would you say to people, Jason, who are concerned that this might be a scam? Because, it sounds kind of too good to be true.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you search CFX on Google, and let's be honest, that's the first thing that the bulk of people are going to do. Yeah, they're going to see all sorts of sites that say CFX is a scam, don't join here. Let's be honest, you could search for "Are seagulls a scam?" on Google. There's probably a page there somewhere, right?
Yes.
The biggest thing with that is, don't just use Google to do your due diligence on a project. If that's all you're doing and you think that's good due diligence, I'm sorry, but it's not. There are far other ways, deeper ways of finding out a company's history, an individual's history. And if you're really interested, CashFX is a project that absolutely deserves the time to look under the covers properly, not just read the first half a dozen links you see on Google. Here's the thing. It would take me about an hour, and I could rustle up a web page. I could search on Alexa for the top 5 trending companies that are getting traffic. I might have my own opportunity. I'd search for a company name that's in a similar market. In about an hour, I could have a website up slating that company, calling it a scam, saying how it's ripped off its members, or the product never arrives, or whatever the model happens to be.
Absolutely.
Put my own verbiage in, give it a balanced opinion on what I thought, and then at the bottom of that but here's a link to the project that I do recommend. And every one of those sites, you'll pretty much see that's the theme that carries through. And at the bottom of the page, there's always a link to somebody's project that they're recommending, that they're referring. It's a very clever technique, but it's pretty underhanded, if you ask me. All they're doing is they're after that traffic on a company that is soaring in popularity. They're going to target those companies in a hope to just steal some of that traffic and direct it towards their own opportunities.
Absolutely. And that's definitely been my experience when I did my research. I found lots of sites that said, oh, it's a scam.
Yeah.
And then if you keep going down to the bottom of the page, it's because they're promoting their own opportunity.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
yeah. So, anything you'd say to somebody who says, I just don't have the time. Just don't have the time.
Well, quite frankly, I would say to them, yeah, I didn't either. I still don't really have the time, but I don't need time because I'm getting a return automatically every single week without doing anything. And if I need to upgrade my pack, it's going to take me about as much time as it takes to log into Facebook and check my messages.
Absolutely.
If all you're doing is getting a return on your capital, you don't need any time because it's all done automatically for you.
What about a network marketer who says, yeah, but I'm in ABC company and I love my ABC company?
Fine, it's not a problem unless that ABC company is in the Forex trading market. The chances are there's not even a compete because there's no physical product. And there are, in my team, there are leaders of other product-based opportunities that are involved with CFX as well. And some of their team members are as well. And it's a very, very intelligent thing to do because they're taking their profits from their product-based network marketing opportunity and taking those profits, and instead of just spending them, they're leveraging them. They're making them go to work. They're putting them into CashFX and getting their money to grow. So they're taking their profits from their hard work, putting it in somewhere that perhaps doesn't really need as much hard work as a product-based opportunity, and letting that capital grow.
Exactly. I mean, so what I say to network marketers, if you're in an opportunity, and look, even if you're not a network marketer, you don't have to be a network marketer to do this at all. If you are a network marketer and you understand how comp plans work and bonus plans work and everything else, then fantastic. And if you don't have time, to me, Jason, it was an absolute no-brainer because it was like, why would I not put my money to work for me? Why would I not just diversify my money? You don't want it, right? You don't want all your money in any one stock. That would be stupid. You don't want all your eggs in any one basket in anything in life, right? Well, maybe except with your spouse, right? Your partner or spouse. We're not recommending polygamy here.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But no, you're right. I mean, I have multiple streams of income. And you have to. If you're not making money while you're sleeping, you're never really going to be free or wealthy. Okay, we know this. So you always have to diversify your income from multiple sources. And I know people that, certainly here in the UK, where they've got money in a savings account or in a bank account or in a tax-free fund, but they can't touch their money for 3 years. And if they do, they lose the 2% interest they're going to get in 3 years.
Exactly, right.
And I'm like, if I was to put £1,000 or $1,000 into one of my bank accounts in the UK, I would actually end up, at the end of the year, it would end up with about an £800 balance because of the monthly charges on the account, let alone the interest that doesn't get attributed to it. So for me, like you, is an absolute no-brainer. Do I want to get low single-figure percentages a year if I'm lucky in the main fiat banking system, or do I want to put some of my capital? Never recommend putting in anything more than anybody's comfortable in utilizing, putting that capital into CFX, and in my experience to date, getting a return of between 5 and 6.5% every single week.
Yeah.
And shit, it's just, poof, yeah, hello.
Right.
Here's the thing I've found. The most amazing thing I've found is people join CashFX with zero intention of telling anybody. And I welcome those people with open arms, because everybody that's joined my team with that intention, within a month, they've suddenly got one, maybe two people that they've referred it to, close friends or family, because they're realizing, oh shit, this is real. I'm getting a trading return paid every single Saturday. I can take that out every single Saturday. Okay, this is legit.
Yes.
And it's been that way from day one, right from the 19 odd months. And look, we've got over 180 odd thousand people in the project now, growing exponentially. In fact, it's probably closer to 200,000. I don't know the current number. But what I've found is repeatedly, time and time and time again, somebody joins with zero intention of sharing, referring, taking part in that active part of the reward plan. Suddenly they've got, a month later, they've got a team. And they're people that are coming in with no intention of sharing it. They've got a team. And that, I honestly believe, is one of the key reasons why that 36 people have grown to 2,500 so quickly, because there are so many people that were determined they're never going to do anything, have suddenly got 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 50 people in a team under them. And
Exactly.
that's just one of the magnetic draws of the project.
Fantastic. So if you're interested in finding out more about CashFX, if you're interested in getting going, click on the link below. Happy to give you more information and happy to help you get going. And we look forward to working with you, right, Jason?
Absolutely. I mean, look, let's be honest. If you're going to get involved with Gloria, you're going to be involved in our team. Okay. There's one little thing that I want to add that will probably appeal to a lot of the networkers out there that are watching this, Gloria.
For sure.
The number of people that my team have been able to rank up in that first time frame. Okay. Over 55 rank advancements in 21 weeks, which means in excess of $160,000 in rank bonuses alone, outside of the rest of the reward plan that people in my team have been able to help generate.
That's huge, really huge.
We have a strategy that works, that replicates, that we've proven duplicable time and time again.
Love it. Thank you so much, Jason. Really appreciate it. And don't forget to get more information, to join us, click on the link below, and we look forward to working with you. Thanks so much.
Absolute pleasure being here. Thanks.